Hey guys, what's going on? This is Dr. Chad Kuntz, and today we're going to talk about why do I have tingling at the top of my thigh. Now this is a really cool case for me. I would say it's not as common, but it certainly can pop up, and Bethany is one who has actually brought this up. She seems to be very active in the community. She's a runner, and she suffered from tingling, it sounds like, at the top of her thigh. And just to kind of be clear, top of the thigh to us kind of means in that area. So there are numerous different causes for tingling at the top of your thigh, but again, this is a more of a complex area. I particularly like the more complex stuff so we don't get bored, so that we can continue to challenge ourselves and think through what could be going on here. So I wanted to walk you guys through what my thoughts would be on this. I'm going to try to highlight some of these nerves here and just to give you a little bit more insight as to, well, having that visual. So my number one thought, or I should say really one of two main thoughts that could be causing tingling at the top of the thigh, or in this case a little bit more lateral, would be the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve. Now it is a branch of the femoral nerve, and it comes from the upper lumbar plexus. This would be the femoral nerve, and those are my number one and two nerves that could potentially cause tingling in the top of the thigh here. Now, a lot of times, it's due to a hypertonic muscle. Specifically, the psoas would be one of the key ones that I would think of, in particular for my cyclists or for my runners. So as we pull up the psoas, just to give you that visual, the psoas is obviously innervated by the femoral nerve. You can kind of see how it tracks right down there. You've also got the iliacus. So if you get really tight and you overwork, I would want to take a look at her running form to see how active she is in utilizing her hip flexors, what extent she has good flexibility in order to cause some of that tingling. Some of the lesser known nerves that are playing potentially a role would be like the genitofemoral nerve. Let's see if I can highlight that for you guys. That should be it right there. So the genitofemoral nerve, you would potentially feel pain or aching in the groin. Now there's actually three nerves that kind of all blend in this area, making it really difficult to differentially diagnose which nerve entrapment it really is. Most of these are due to what they call iatrogenic causes, which just means that there was a major pelvic surgery done, whether there was a cyst removed, ovaries were being looked at in the surgical room, and so that means that scar tissue or the invasive surgery could potentially has caused damage and dysfunction to these nerves. So that's the other one. It's an ilioinguinal nerve that comes from L1. The differential diagnosis there is that you would definitely feel that in more of the pelvic and sexual regions. For men in the scrotum, and for the females more in the labia majora and in that pelvic region. So that's where your sensory deficit would be if it was from the ilioinguinal nerve. And then kind of a nerve that communicates with the ilioinguinal that kind of runs right next to it would be the iliohypogastric nerve. Let's see if I can highlight that. There we go. So you can see that highlighted in purple. Let me get that one more time. Highlighted in purple here. So the iliohypogastric is a really important nerve because it supplies the motor to some of your really key muscles like the obliques and the transversus abdominis. Most people who had a nerve entrapment here would have groin pain right kind of in the crease. So you can kind of draw that out a little bit better. It would be kind of right in here where people would feel that discomfort. So there you have it, guys. I guess we technically covered 5 nerves that could potentially cause your tingling at the top of the thigh. My leading runners, just to kind of retop it here, my leading runners in terms of the diagnosis would be the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve. Let me just move that for you. Try it again. So again, the lateral femoral cutaneous as well as the femoral nerve. And I'd want to take a look at where or how she's running and the quality of the form, or just really even everyday basis to determine why that nerve is being irritated, and to kind of go from there. So I hope that helps, guys. Again, it's a complex area, but after thinking about it and thinking through, there's only so many things that could refer in there. We primarily went over nerve entrapments today. We didn't cover any radiculopathies from the low back, but again, there's 5 nerves right there that could potentially cause your tingling at the top of the thigh. All right, hope that was helpful. Thank you guys, appreciate it.